Welcome back, everybody. We're at E3 2016. I'm Max Scoville. I'm joined by Tim and Robbie from Rebellion, and you guys have brought along Sniper Elite 4.
Indeed.
That's right, yeah.
What is this game about? Is it about sniping?
Well, you're very
I
perceptive
asked
man.
the hard-hitting questions here.
Yeah. It's yes, indeed, it is about sniping. It's set in World War II. It's, as the name would suggest, it's our follow-up to Sniper Elite 3 and V2 before
Huh. Imagine that.
Yeah, I know. It's clever stuff.
So what kind of new stuff are you guys doing with this one?
Well, we've gone bigger and better on everything. It's like our most beautiful Sniper Elite yet. We're set in Italy, 1943, which is like, the variety of landscapes in the game are incredible. The size of landscapes we've been able to do this time around are really great for both long-range shooting and stealthing your way around as well and performing the missions.
And you guys, this isn't an open world game, but it is big. It is
it's big. It's like a series of large sandboxes. The gameplay is designed to be totally non-linear. You can do things in any order you want. Take your time over it, and it's.
So this is the map here.
Yeah. So Robbie's showing the map there. Our start position here for E3 is actually quite close to the end of the level. If we're seeing the cursor moving over to the left there, that's like where the start of the level is in the main game. But you're free to go in any direction and tackle the secondary objectives as you see fit, various sort of mystery objectives that you have to seek out, and there's a bunch of other, collectibles and other things to find on your way. Or he could attempt to go direct for destroying that giant viaduct in the distance and the giant railway gun on it, which is your primary objective.
All right.
So, true to typical Sniper Elite gameplay, most important thing to start with is use your binoculars to seek out your targets, just sort of see what's going on, plan your attack before you get stuck in, and then you can tag your targets, and we bring up a whole bunch of information about who they are, the weapons they're holding, any special items, a little bit of allied military intelligence on them as well in some cases. You can spot explosive items, other traps, other interactive items in the environment there. And then once he's sort of decided what he's going to do, you decide when to take the first shot.
Yeah, get in there.
What are you going to do, Robbie? What are you going for?
I feel like he's going to be walking towards that suspiciously red pile of ammo.
Okay, so we got, if we're lucky here, there. This is our signature bullet cam.
Yep.
And this is one of our new kills.
Dear Lord.
The shrapnel kills.
That's how I feel this morning.
Yeah, I don't think you're the only one. So he chose not to shoot him directly, but shoot an explosive item which propelled a bunch of shrapnel into him, took him out.
So what I love what you guys do with these games is it's not just like, it's not a stupid shooter. It's almost puzzle-like.
It can be, yeah. It's up to you how you play, but we kind of think of it as the thinking man's shooter. I think a lot of players really appreciate the ability to sort of take your time. It becomes a bit more personal between you and your target, making every bullet count. That was...
You ruined that poor man's way to go.
I just missed the sound mask as well.
Did you?
The gun in the distance is still firing, and if you take a shot while it's firing, your sound is the sound of your rifle is masked, so you can take a shot quite freely without them finding out. But I think the enemies are probably going to start zeroing in on me because I just missed the sound of the gunfire there. So
we can see on the radar in the bottom left of the screen there, like it's marked in yellow now, which means the enemy are suspicious. They're searching. But they don't know where we are just yet because he's been just taking a couple of shots from long distance.
And what are you up to here?
Okay, so they're heading over.
I'm going to hide.
I'm heading to that bush, Robbie. Right.
No,
he's got you. You were too slow. Well, so yeah. When sniping doesn't work, you can drop down to your machine gun in a panic, and that's... we got lots of different items on the weapon wheel there. You can see.
Now this is something I love. You guys obviously you have a planned demo set up, but anything can happen. So was this part of the plan, or did you just goof?
No, I was supposed to be a lot better than this.
Yeah.
Well,
but he's just taken out an officer there. We searched the body. Searching bodies is a useful way to get new items. We picked up a duty roster. Now that's a really useful new feature in the game. Some of the officers carry a duty roster, and you can see it's now automatically tagged a bunch of targets that were associated with that officer in the environment over there, which gives you a real head start when you're approaching a new area.
Oh wow, yeah, that
saves a bit of time.
Helps quite a lot.
Yeah, so we can see, well, there's a sniper over there at the top. and the sniper tower behind that building. There's a bunch of troops.
Oh wow, yeah. You know, you've
There's
got
a radio guy that if he spots you, and he's likely to call in reinforcements if you're not quick enough to take him out.
So what did you really want to improve with over Sniper Elite 3?
We really wanted to just increase the range, the options, the emergent nature of the gameplay. Really sort of make it more the player's own game. We completely reworked the AI so it's more believable. They pay attention to things like bodies, corpses, their friends dying around them. If you're being really sneaky, and no one knows you're there, if they stumble across a body you may have left behind, then they'll be immediately alerted to it. They might investigate the body and pay their respects. And if you happen to have booby-trapped the body, then it's goodbye Nazi.
And
So-
I've just booby-trapped that generator as well. That's something new.
Oh,
so
cool.
if that will drag people over, hopefully that will be rigged and explode up in their face, which would be
because they'll be like,
handy.
why is this generator not working?
There's a lot of
Go over and
guys
check it.
over here.
We've improved the sort of the traversal abilities of the player, so you can climb around the place more than you used to be able to.
On this
Although
one.
Robbie's particularly good at walking off of crates. That's but you can get up into high places onto rooftops and things. There's a lot more verticality in the levels as well. We've just really
that
pushed it up.
makes a lot of sense. It's all about getting the higher ground.
Yeah, so Robbie's just trying to attract a guy next to that suspiciously red-coloured barrel over there.
I love red barrels. They're my favorite colored barrel.
Is he going for it? Has he spotted you? No.
He's going to in a second.
He's coming around. He's curious. He took him out.
Beautiful.
I think I'm going a bit too loud for my own liking here. I think I might.
Head into the bushes.
Yeah, I think I might.
Sniper's best friend are the bushes, right?
I think I might take another route. I've sort of opened up the hornet's nest here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Right, let's head out somewhere
You may
else.
be able to make out in the bottom left of the screen. There's a circle, a radius around the player character on the radar in the bottom left corner. As that expands and contracts, that shows the range at which you're likely to be spotted by the enemy. So it contracts, goes tighter when you're like crouched down, when you're in shadow and darkness, when you're in a bush, and expands as you stand up.
Is it mostly based on like your sound or your kind of movement, or is it?
It's mostly based on sight, so like how visible you are. So that depends on your stance, whether you're stood up, crouched, prone, whether you're in shadow, whether you're hidden in vegetation. I mean, the AI does. They can hear you as well. If you make noises, they'll be alerted to it. But that in particular represents your vision, or the enemy's vision.
So you've got this beautifully rendered Italian landscape. What other locales are we going to be visiting?
Well, Sniper Elite 4, I think, has got like the most variety in the kind of environments in any of the Sniper Elite games. So we've got, well, as you're seeing here, like the foothills of the southern Italian mountains. We've got forests and woodland. We've got levels with beautiful fishing villages.
Nighttime stuff as well, so at different times of day.
Oh wow!
It's monasteries and all sorts.
Is there a day-night cycle, or is it related to just the particular map?
No, we've designed it so that we've got a particular vibe for each environment, each sort of sandbox. So in this one, it's kind of a misty, dappled sunlight. In the nighttime levels, the sort of the light and dark for the stealth really comes into effect. Because you spend your time. You've got a lot more shadow to play with, but like you can also spend your time popping the lights out as well to really like make sure you're in as safe a position as possible.
But I mean, also like I imagine muzzle flare is going to give you away.
Yeah, absolutely. And gunshots themselves.
That'll do it.
People often hear them unless you're playing sound masked.
Sure.
So where are you going here,
does
Robbie?
weather come into play at all?
It's not a huge factor, although actually wind is an important factor to the ballistics, because Sniper Elite's always been about ballistics, and the fact that your bullet drops under gravity over longer ranges. We take great pains to make it as realistic as possible. In fact, you have to empty your lungs to steady your aim, look after your heartbeat, so the more you're sprinting around the place or taking damage, exerting yourself, the more your heart rate will go up, which means you can struggle to empty your lungs to get a steady shot. It's all a bit of a circle. It all ties together. And on harder difficulty levels, you have to actually pay attention to the wind as well, which affects like knocking your bullets left and right. But we're just playing on a default difficulty here, so the only thing Robbie has to worry about is gravity.
Staying alive.
Oh wow!
And staying alive.
That is simultaneously beautiful and just utterly hideous.
Yeah. It's popular with the fans. We've introduced a bunch of new stuff there. We've gone to more detail than ever before on the kill cams. We can break bones and internal organs in a huge variety of interesting ways because we have to take account for we never know which way a bullet's going to come in, what angle. Careful there, Robbie.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't even see me. Oh.
We've also got new kill cams in as well for when you place mines and traps. If someone triggers those, then we'll cut to the explosion ripping apart the enemy.
Nice.
Well, not so nice, but
well, yeah, no, that's
effective.
actually that's awful. But
we've got X-rays on melee kills and stealth kills now as well. But of course, players that aren't into that, they can turn that off in the options and just play it for the direct shooting if they want to.
What kind of research do you guys do going into this?
Well, we take great pains to make everything as authentic as it can be within the bounds of making it a fun game.
Right.
So, we really research the history in great detail to make sure we're paying attention to events there. I mean, that's part of what we love about Sniper Elite. It's given us the ability to explore areas of World War II that haven't been covered so much in popular media. The last game was in the North African campaign, which isn't covered a huge amount. Everyone thinks, oh yeah, we're fighting in Stalingrad and Berlin and London and whatever, or Pearl Harbor. But like we're taking areas that are less well covered. And this one we're in Italy, which is absolutely pivotal to the whole conflict. And in the story here, we're actually a little bit ahead of the main Allied invasion. So the whole place is not hasn't been bombed out in the way you might expect to see in a World War II game. It's beautiful and pristine in most cases, apart from being overrun by the fascists and the Nazis.
Well, those Nazis run everything.
Yeah, and the weaponry itself, we've worked with the Royal Armories in England. To actually do training with actual real World War II rifles, got the chance to go on the shooting range and shoot those and really get a feel for what it's actually like.
That right there was a Mortal Kombat fatality. I'm just gonna call that out.
That was a Sniper Elite X-ray melee kill cam.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Are you gonna blow up this train or what? Are we just creeping around?
I was struggling. I'm actually going for one of the side objectives.
Oh, okay.
I figured that I was going to get into a lot of trouble from my slightly sketchy start. So we're going to try and find the downed American pilot. So this is optional, and you can do a lot of the secondary objectives just in any order you want. So you can sit in the level, get all the collectibles. You can do gigantic long shots, maybe like 500 meters, 600 meters in this level. And I'm not the best at the sniping, so I'm going to play this more as a stealth.
So the objectives aren't always just kill that thing, blow that thing up. It's also find a guy, find your friend.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you play Carl Fairbairn. You're an undercover operative. Obviously, you're an elite sniper, but a lot of the time you're not just. I mean, the focus is ultimately on assassinating people and blowing up objectives.
Sure.
It's wartime. That's kind of what it is about. But a lot of it comes down to finding intel, documentation, and staying alive if Robbie can manage that.
I'm really struggling.
We've got to wrap things up here. But when do people get their hands on this?
Sniper Elite 4 is coming out on Valentine's Day. That's the 14th of February, 2017.
All right.
Perfect gift for all your romantics out there.
I mean, you could argue that Cupid was the most romantic sniper of all time. So
I like what you did there.
That is smart.
I might have to borrow that.
That's exactly what we were thinking.
I love it. Wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for coming by. I hope your E3's been great. I've been having a great time. It's always nice seeing a wrench fly into the head of a skeleton. We've got more E3 coming up soon, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon.